April 19th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. The aftermath of the 7.8 earthquake in Ecuador is still filtering through to the insurance and reinsurance industry. Initial estimates from some modelers indicated that there would be limited insurable damages. However, last night, Risk Management Solutions indicated that there could be significant economic damage as a result of the earthquake. The major concern for the insurance industry will be around the major port city of Esmeralda, which contains the country's largest oil refinery, as well as facilities for international oceanic trade. At least 12 oceanfront hotels in Puerto Viejo City and 14 in Bahia de Caracas have also reported damage. The death toll has now increased to 413 people. Rescue workers are still looking for others. That oil facility in Esmeralda is the country's largest. It's got a capacity of processing 110,000 barrels a day. Early indications thus far are that production has been unaffected. Some 95% of the electricity supply in Manabí province remains out due to damage to electricity lines and transformers. Global insurers, however, are likely to have a limited role in the country in comparison to local reinsurers, and here's the reason. Last year, Ecuadorian regulators introduced a law restricting the amount of premium that could be ceded to foreign reinsurers from 50% down to just 5%, effective March of 2016. So this means the brunt of the losses are going to remain with the Ecuadorian insurance market. President Rafael Correa has said that rebuilding the country will cost billions of dollars and may inflict a huge toll on the economy. Meanwhile, in Japan, the country is struggling in the aftermath of three major earthquakes in Kyushu Island. Some 110,000 people have been evacuated and are living in fear of a fourth earthquake. The Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is officially declared the southern region a disaster area, which would allow the national government to spend more on reconstruction. 30,000 rescue workers are hard at work. Some 42 people have been identified as killed, 10 are missing. The American military has joined relief efforts working to reach areas that have been cut off by landslides and damage to roads and bridges. The parts of Kyushu which have been affected by the quake, as we mentioned yesterday, include technology hubs. Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and Sony have all announced production interruptions as a result of the quake. Oddly enough, at the same time this is going on, the Ecuadorian aftermath in particular, in Washington, D.C., Stephen Catlin, founder of Catlin Insurance, which was purchased by XL, was named as the chairperson of a group called the Insurance Development Forum, which was put together by the United Nations and the World Bank. The aim of the group is to tackle the underinsured areas and the insurance gap in the developing world. One company that has identified the insurance gap in the developing world is AXA. The big insurer has targeted the rapidly expanding African market by partnering with Chaucer, a Lloyd's syndicate. The new venture is going to be called AXA Africa Specialty Risks, which will be dedicated to covering specialty insurance lines in Africa, especially business such as political risks, energy, and infrastructure. The venture is a further step in AXA's ongoing interest and strategy in Africa. Since 2014, the company has been particularly active in acquisitions and partnerships in the continent. More than a foot of rain fell in Houston by last night, submerging scores of subdivisions and completely submerging several major highways. At least 5 fatalities have occurred. There were some 435 high water rescues conducted. Parts of Harris County, which include most of Houston, showed water levels approaching 20 inches since late Sunday night. The people of Houston have been ordered to remain sheltered in place today because yet more rain is expected and more flash flooding is expected as well. Yesterday was the 110-year anniversary of the San Francisco earthquake in 1906. One of the outgrowths of the major 89 and 1994 earthquakes in California was the institution of the California Earthquake Authority. which was originally designed to provide affordable earthquake insurance for California homeowners. The average policy and the high deductibles that are associated with earthquake insurance cause most California homeowners not to buy it. In contrast to Florida, where hurricane insurance is often mandatory, earthquake insurance is optional in California. Right now, only about 10% of homes statewide in California actually have earthquake insurance. Newcomers to the San Francisco Bay Area in particular, who were not there during the 1989 quake, tend to view earthquake insurance as a means to protect against a very low probability effect. A senior earthquake modeler at Risk Management Solutions, Patricia Grossi, said they see earthquake insurance doubling their premiums. They also see it as a low probability event, and they don't purchase the coverage. This has many state and federal officials worried. According to the USGS, there is a 68% chance of a 7.0 magnitude quake in the Bay Area over the next 30 years. The 1906 San Francisco quake, which occurred on April 18th, was a 7.8 and racked up damages that would have been about $10.6 billion today. However, that's not the worst of it. The insurance gap in the Bay Area only, as the California Earthquake Authority sees it, is $602 billion, assuming $692 billion of reconstruction costs, and the CEA has only $90 billion. There is only $90 billion of earthquake insurance in force. According to a USGS official, California is completely uninsured. I can't tell you which fault will be the first to go, but we know these faults have to move. You can run, but you can't hide. So Stephen Catlin has been charged with trying to bridge the insurance gap in the developing world. Meanwhile, in arguably the United States' most progressive state, California, there is a huge earthquake insurance gap. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.